glowing from all the motherhood. Thanks so much, Samira, for joining us.
I'm glad. I'm happy to be here.
Right. We're going for a very busy time, with now Samira, and it's really nice to see daytime. Tell us about how mad it is at home right now.
It's completely crazy. I've had to pull my husband out of his work call, which he takes in the den. First of all, the house is segregated. My mom-in-law has got her side. My husband uses part of the den for his business office situation. My Santo free plays around the whole house, and my baby is just about crawling. So it's like a complete madhouse over here. And I'm managing to do this only because she's fast asleep, and I've given my son some chocolate milk, so everyone's just quiet for
Wow.
now.
All right. So, life of a mother. I love every
Like
video you put out there. Where they are there in your beauty videos, in every video that you put out there. It feels to be surrounded by so much love. Does it feel intrusive sometimes?
the thing is, I actually found being in the film business very intrusive. And I'll tell you why. Because at that time, I tried to keep up with everybody's expectations. I was very nervous about what people felt about me, whether I could keep up with the South fans, the North fans, whether I was, slim enough, sexy enough, fair enough, whether my white hair would show because I've had white hair since I was 16 years old. And I was honestly under so much pressure that time it was actually harder. And that time it was very intrusive because I let it be intrusive. Today
Right.
the fun part, this is my son.
Oh, hello. Hi.
Hello,
Thanks so much
hi.
for joining us. I
He's
see you
promised he's
on
promised me to not say a word. He's promised, which is not going to happen. So the whole point is about intrusion is how you allow somebody to intrude into your life. And social media for me is a breath of fresh air because luckily I have people on my accounts who are very like-minded. I do get the oddball sometimes, but most of the time it's really, really lovely people, and I enjoy them. In fact, they keep me sane.
Every video of yours, this is something that, my quarantine partner at home and I enjoy. We're both from Tamil Nadu, right? So for me, of course, the Adiye Kolade is something that I love, but I also follow Bollywood. So I've seen a bit of this, bit of that, and then I see your recent videos, and I'm a strong believer of this as well about hashtag beauty beyond size, beauty beyond perfection. You are perfect. I don't know what anybody, sees as imperfections at all. I think the gray, like Hrithik Roshan recently in a movie said in War, the grays add to so much of light and beauty and happiness. This amount of happiness you put out there every single day, and so many mothers, so many young women, so many middle-aged women, so many women going to their 40s, like your mother-in-law in your videos sometimes, and you did that swap challenge. This is something that's so encouraging. Is this something that you now find as a purpose to put so much of light and love into people's lives, especially in a dark period like this?
So, for me, my darkest period was post giving birth the first time, where I went into a postpartum blues, or you call it the depression, like right after you give birth. And at that time, I went through actually a really dark space where I quarantined myself in my house for almost 1.5 years. And I gave and looking back, I can talk about it now, and I can objectively speak to women about it, and I can. So it's more like it's not like a mission to make people feel good. It's more like saying be greedy for the good stuff because we are all stuck in our own issues. In a quarantine situation, you can see it two ways. You can see it either in a way which is, oh my God, this is the worst part of my life, or oh my God, there's so much I can do with this time. I can learn a new language. I can play with my kids. I mean, my husband, I have not spent this much time with him since we got married because he's a workaholic. And at the beginning, he was like, oh my God. And now he's like, wow, this is really nice. And I'm so quiet. And, the birds are chirping. So it's the way you see things. And so dark spaces are in our minds. And I always say this, it's the way you choose to see anything in your life. Yes, Hans. Hans is just like going round and round me, going, "Who are you talking to, and why are
It's
you
so
doing this?"
nice. It's really cute.
So
You know,
that's
you
that's the whole space. The whole space is, for example, age. I don't understand why it took me so long to understand that aging is not a bad thing. It's not. Actually, it's a good thing because the more you age, the more you end up knowing what you really want. It's black and white. It's not gray. So how most people are sort of ashamed about getting older, or ashamed about, not keeping up with certain appearances and all. I say just be like, be full of, the word is, just have the guts, embrace it, and you'll actually have a really good time.
Fantastic. Yeah. And that's something that that I see. Every little thing that you put out there on social media is so reflective of today's situation. The happiness that you put out there online. Did you set out on this purpose? Because even your shots when you were pregnant, the shots in the swimming pool, this gives so many women a reason to go into the pool and not be ashamed. Forget pictures. It's just to go out there and, to embrace our bodies. That's something that I think you've really started out not as a trend, but as something that makes us feel happy and about,
Because yeah, I did it for myself. I'll be very honest. I did it because the first time round when I got pregnant, I'm a big girl. I've been pretty much plump even in my teens. I'm not that skinny girl. And to keep skinny for my career, my God, I used to literally starve myself, run in the mornings, come back from shoot, then be swimming in the nights. It was like I was obsessed and I was constantly dieting. So if you really ask me, like yesterday, I put up a picture from this film called Asal, and I put a throwback.
yes.
So many people saying, ma'am, when will you become like that? And I keep trying to explain to people these are different versions. In fact, if I go to that version of me, which was that really slim, sexy one, I did not have even this much confidence. Today, I will flaunt that flab like I really mean it, and I will enjoy it. So it really is about your own perception in your head. So what happened is when I got onto social media last year, and I was very late to the game. I mean, the party was on Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat. And I think because I had gone through postpartum depression, I was very quiet and I didn't want to get onto social media because it gave me anxiety, man. I mean, don't you think social media can give you anxiety?
Absolutely. Every single day I open my gram and I'm like, there's a bottle that's out there. Some of them are my friends. So the whole idea is there's constant comparison. So there is pain and
There
anxiety.
is anxiety. So every time I
Yes.
got onto it, I used to get off it because I just felt like I couldn't breathe. All my colleagues and all were like partying and selfie. That high selfie where everyone looks skinny and everyone's doing the same thing. Tons of makeup. Yeah, you do not wake up in the morning looking like that. You do wake up in the morning with swollen eyes. So I just decided, you know what? I, I don't want those millions of of followers who are going to want me a certain way. I'm going to come in there and just be. And even if I have one follower who says, you know what, woman, I get you, I'm like, I feel like, oh, you know what, this is worth it. And I'm very proud to say that most of my followers are ladies, are women, are girls. And I'm so proud of that because when you can get a woman to like you, you've done something right. It's very easy for guys to like you, but for a woman to sort of want to be on your account and hear what you're saying, uh, I think that's like for me one big achievement.
I It is because that's the reason we wanted you here, right? 100 hours, 100 stars across the country has celebrities all across. But I was so keen on getting you on board because I know that I have a fraternity of women in my community, and they're different people. I'm an artist, somebody is an engineer, somebody is a doctor, and every time I speak about this, and because you represent movies from Bollywood and from Collywood, so both north and south, there is that feeling of belongingness. Girls who've become mothers, girls who are seeing that you cannot just end up looking like Kylie Jenner after a pregnancy. It's very rare that that happens, right?
Some
And I know
do,
you
but it's
talked about
okay because there are certain bodies that actually do bounce back, and
yes.
there are certain bodies that just don't bounce back. But this is where I bring into play that it's not about just post pregnancy. And I will tell you that at times where people have loved me the most, for example, I did this film called Varnam Iram.
Yes, I love
And
it.
today I'm telling you that during the making of that film, I remember that I was going through a breakup of my own. It was personal, and I was most miserable through that film while shooting the film because I was feeling so low and I was feeling so down. But it's incredible that, at different parts of your life where people have this perception that, wow, you're doing so well. And there's some other complete story going on. I can tell you so many instances of that, and so many instances in real life also of people going through something and then constantly on social media trying to show this grandeur, this, oh my God, I got that bag, I got that lipstick. And I keep saying that if you really want the world to make a mindset shift, which I personally do believe it needs desperately, if you really want to connect, like I do believe somewhere, unfortunately, this lockdown, for whatever sad reasons it's come by, it has also come at a time where people just throw things below the carpet. I'll deal with this weight gain, I'll deal with this boyfriend I don't really, I'm maybe not in love with, but I'm just going to go with it because I don't want to hurt his feelings. Or like, or what you really want in life. Or,
Right.
and I think that this lockdown is an amazing time to just take it by the horns and say, you know what, I'm going to get into this and I'm going to make it black and white. So I always have this thing. I always tell my son, he's 4.5 years old. I mean, I ask him something and he says, I don't know, mama. I'm like, listen, bro, it's black and white. There's no gray. There is no in between. Either you want it or you don't, whether it's chocolate milk or whether it's going to a party. You've got to always know what you want, because if you're clear, then everything's clear around you.
Is that something that took time for you to get to? Because I know that's a period of transition in everybody's life. You're instilling this in your son very young, but when do you think that breakthrough for you happened, Samira? Because I know that joy is now very evident. I see the glow, but I know there would have been a tough time when you realized it.
I think it was after I gave birth and I became really huge, okay? Like I had touched like 105 kgs. I was massive. I was massive. My husband couldn't put his arms around my waist. I was that big. And I'm talking, this is 4 years ago. And I remember that time for 1 year, I wouldn't look in the mirror. I wouldn't look in the mirror. I would not be able to. I was still wearing these oversized tights, not looking in the mirror, not being able to connect with what had really happened. And I wasted so much damn time. I mean, for whom and for what? And for society who really, like, does it even really matter? And I think when I finally broke that thing in my head, and I said, you know what, I'm 105, but I'll get to my optimum weight, which is about 75. But till I get there, I'm going to actually try to love myself till then. And that's when I had made this decision of no gray, just no gray. Whether it's somebody offering you a chocolate and you're emotionally eating and you're like, oh, I'll just take it because I need to feel good about myself, or it's black and white. You know what, I really don't need to have that right now. I prefer making a healthier choice, or making any small decision to a big decision. And that purely came after the my first child, wherein and today with my second child, I'm obsessed about holding on to the good. It's very strange how I want to hold on to it, and I implore everybody to do the same.
This is 100 Hours, 100 Stars. It's across the Fever Network, Radio One, Fever, Nasha, and Hindustan Times. So my first big, request from you is to do a shout out to everybody in the country, because we're doing this for a cause. It's for raising funds for the PM Cares Fund, and we'd like anyone who's following you, who's watching this, who's following this entire series, to just click on the link and donate to the PM Cares Fund, whatever little or maximum that they can do for all the warriors out there. So, what's your appeal here?
I would request everyone in whatever way, even if it's just a little bit, to please give to the PM funds, because the PM cares and it's somewhere that the funds are really going to go where it matters this time. Let's all just participate in doing something right. Please.
Fantastic. Thank you so
Yeah?
much for. I have another four questions very quickly.
Bolo.
Very very quickly. Yeah. All right. So this is just a rapid fire that I'm going to do to finish this session. Number one, the pro tip to keep yourself going sexy and going hot and happy, just like you have the glow on, to all the ladies out there, all your biggest fans.
All right. So I would say the biggest pro tip to feeling good about yourself is actually really feeling good about yourself. No, not because you're having that bag or that lipper on or because somebody's telling you. Never ever connect it to anything or anybody. If you connect it to yourself, then you're in control of how you feel. And that is your key. That, my friend, if you crack, you're on a roll.
Fantastic. Question number two, Barnum Iram, Gotham Menon, Surya. You still remembered for that song that is just so beautiful. Do you know one line of that song in Tamil, by the way?
Oh my God, do not make me say anything in Tamil or Telugu right now because I would probably muck it up and they would hate me. So, no, I am not going to go
You
down
know
that
the
road.
thing, but then Surya and Gotham Menon, one word about each working with those stars.
So, working with Gotham Menon was incredible because, as you know, I was actually the second choice for the film. The first choice was Janelia, I think. And I remember him coming and telling me very honestly, or I love that our relationship started on honesty. Where he said, Samira, I'm sorry, but you are the second choice of the film. And I hope you're okay with that. And I was like, oh, hell yeah, this is an amazing role. I'm not like, I would love to do it. And I love that about Gotham. His honesty is what made that film the success that it was. And Surya, my lord, there is nobody who's as he's almost like a schoolboy. I always call him a schoolboy on the thing, always on time, doing his work, head down, completely a family man, totally in love with his wife. And I love that about actors when they're so sort of, they're such a good guy. Like he's the good guy. I always say Surya is that ethereal good guy. I really respect it.
Absolutely. That is fantastic. Question number three, and I have just exactly three more. Three kids of yours, one word to describe each of them because they're beautiful, they fill
Two
our
kids.
life. I thought you have three. Okay, that's the
No,
husband then.
that's my nephew. It's okay.
Oh, that's your nephew. All right. Both your kids, one word about them. Hans is around you, just to describe them.
Oh, okay. So Hans is a mastikhor. He is so much fun, and what I love is that he's an ultimate mix between me and my husband. He is unpredictable and full of energy, and I love that about him. What I love about my daughter is she is, as you say, I call her the Gundi. That girl at 8 months old is doing like things I would never expect her to. She's got a temper. She sits on her brother and she literally pulls his hair and she's literally trying to chase him around even before she can walk. So I know that girl's got her own back, and that for me is a big thing, and I'm thrilled about it.
Two more questions. Lots. I quickly get there, but Samira, my second last question to you is: your shout out to everybody during this phase, the kind of negative feelings since we're all locked down. We all know there's a light at the end of the tunnel. What is the light at the end of the tunnel, according to you, for everybody watching this?
Well, the only light at the end of this tunnel is the fact that yes, there's going to be a post lockdown, post corona world. And I only would say that my light at the end of the tunnel is the fact that everyone is going to value it so much more. We've efficiently used our resources, whether it's at home or outside. I think everyone has understood what we took for granted. And I know that it will be a better world. And for that, I am somewhere grateful to this. I know it's going to be hard, but definitely we are going to look at things differently and we're going to really value what we have, which maybe was needed in this fast paced world.
Absolutely. And last question for all your fans who love you, whether it's Bollywood, whether it's Hollywood, everywhere. We love you and I love you. And I know that you are standing for, all the women across the world who need a voice, especially when they feel lost, when they feel fat, when they feel ugly. You're the light at the end of our tunnel. So the shout out to all your fans.
Well, I just want to say, first of all, thank you for believing in what I believe in. It's not easy embracing everything. And I can say that the fact that you girls are even willing to listen to me and listen to the fact that I call the situation, that itself is very brave. So thank you for being brave. Thank you for embracing the fact that we all are imperfectly perfect. And at the end of the day, happiness is key. I swear, at the end of the day, if you love yourself and if you really are in the moment and you're enjoying right now, what more do you want? I mean, really, what more do you want? So, thank you and stay safe, stay happy, stay home, and please just stay positive.
Thank you very much. Thank you
Yeah,
so much.
thank you, Jane.
Thank you. Lots of love. Can I
Bye.
get a
Bye.
flying kiss to all your fans?
Thanks a lot. Yeah.
Thanks so much. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye.